Hello, you 5.6 million awakening wonder. What's up? What's up, yo? I don't have a signature greeting yet, and I don't know if I'm ever going to have one. In light of the whole situation that is going on in the Screamverse and being involved with the productions and being a, part of a franchise, people have often asked me, talk about Tremors, talk about Tremors, talk about Tremors. So I decided, why not? Let's talk. Let's dive in and blast that ass. I get scared sometimes, even though I know you guys don't think I am. It's because I still have a little bit of hope in Hollywood in terms of like, well, it's gonna, there's gonna be good jobs and stuff. But because everyone focuses on sequels and reboots, and because although theatrical's killing it right now, but because streaming and so many different things are happening, I think the business has changed forever. But Top Gun will tell you something different. So let's talk about it. Let's dive right in and talk about the situation. Because of this Scream situation, I thought I would share a little bit of my history, and I'm going to try to be as real as I can and respectful. And again, it's like, I don't know how much I'm going to say, but at some point I'm just going to blow the lid off everything. But I'm very grateful because how I look at it, you could look at me, I'm part of 3 franchises. I'm part of Scream in the 90s, the Mask universe in the 2000s, and Tremors in the 2010s. And then you know me from other things too. So like I've been working in 3 different decades, like very fortunate. Just did another movie starting in my 4th decade. And it's fucking great. I'm still relatively young. So I'm very flattered that I've been able to work. Tremors is a big part of my legacy. And there's so much to say about it. So I'll try to talk clear and crisp and concise here. It's the first thing that I have to tell you is I remember when I first saw the first commercial for Tremors. I think it was 1990. And I was living in an apartment in North Hollywood. I think it came out in 1990, and I was broke. And my first purchase with my roommate was like, we got our feet on the ground and we bought a TV, and it was a big TV. And I was like, this is awesome. It was 1990. It was like a big wooden box TV. And we're like, we both had cable. So it was the first time we lived out away from anyone, and we had cable and a TV. And it was like, we're struggling, but at least we're going to have this. It was very exciting. And I remember one day late at night, I saw a commercial for Tremors. And I thought, what the fuck is that? Like, what is that? Like a giant snake movie? Is it a horror? Is it comedy? Like, I didn't know anything. I didn't know I was going to be an actor. I was thinking about it, but I didn't know what to do. And so I was just turned, I think, 20. I was 19. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, Kevin Bacon's in like a giant snake movie? What? And I'm like, there's the dad from Family Ties. What is this movie, right? And I just remember it. And I remember it like, it coming out. I didn't see it, and I just thought, it was like a monster movie or some shit, right? And it did its thing and went away, but it never really went away, because every time you hear the word Tremors or there was some tremors or whatever, you think of the snakes in the ground. Like Tremors has made a massive mark on pop culture. Just Tremors, right? Like, that's it. Like, that's what it is. It was a really sly comedy, in my opinion, right? A lot of sneaky, subversive. Oh, yeah, Bonnie Raitt was in it. It's subversive comedy. I think much of it, I'm going about my life. They're going about my life. Anyway, about 14 years later, which is crazy because those first 14 went so much longer than these last 15. My manager at the time was like, I think I can get you an offer for Tremors. They're rebooting the sequel. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, it's 5 weeks. It's in South Africa. And, they like you. I don't know how I got it. I want to say that this girl in my office, Ashley, found it. And then my old manager, business partner, got it. But I just remember thinking, that's really cool. But it was like at the time in my career where the ego was just getting pushed and kicked so hard, where I was like, okay, so it's a studio property, which is amazing. Like I'd already been doing these independents, and then I did a movie, The Hungover Games, and we thought that was going to get theatrical, and then the last minute it went straight to like DVD, and I was like bummed. And then I was up for that movie. I was up for some movie. I really tried to get in the Three Stooges. I went down very far on that movie, and I didn't get it. And then, my theatrical windows were becoming less and less. Then I did a couple independents, and they would come out in 10 cities, that type of thing. But I was always starring in something, even if it was just straight to Redbox. I was always the lead, unless I said I knew I was going to take the fifth lead or something. So I'm like, doing this stuff, and I was like, what am I at? And I'm like, I'm fighting for, different roles. And I remember I was like, really wanted to go in for Wolf of Wall Street, and my agent pushed the producers, and I think they said that they didn't want to see anybody who was in Boiler Room. But I couldn't even get in, which, kind of makes sense, but whatever. So, I'm at that point where my ego's getting beaten down. The theatrical dream is dying for me at this moment. And I'm like, what is this? And then I was doing some independents and stuff like that. And, I was doing some TV, and, this and that. But I was not getting killer offers. I would get some offers, or I would put projects together. Like I put a project together, made a lot of money, got these independents, would read, I had a deal at Amazon, made great money that, we only did a pilot. So I was doing stuff, but I'm like, I got to keep moving. I did a couple dramatic roles on Lifetime, which really helped me out, Long story is my manager's like, look, I get you this offer. And it's Tremors, and it's going to go right to DVD, but they do really well. Look, if it's a hit, you're going to reboot the franchise. If it's a miss, no one ever sees it. And look, if you do well, you're on Universal's radar, right? Like they see you do well in the home video division. Hey, maybe you can, look at this guy for a role in a bigger movie. And I'm like, I agree. Let's play ball all day. And I didn't get the pilot for Heartbeat yet, but that was also Universal. So I was like, let's keep it all in the family, right? So it was kind of crazy. I didn't really have to do anything. They just made me a straight offer. And it was a good offer. It was a 6-figure offer. It took me back to the 90s when I started making money. After Scream was a hit, I started making money. And I made money from Scream, but not a lot until it started getting residuals. Then I started making a killing. But then my next jobs would do very well in terms of upfronts. And I got offered 6 figures. Eventually, I'll just tell you the number. But I got, my manager did a thing where they put box office bonuses, DVD sales. So I was excited. I'm like, damn, I'm in a fucking studio property. It's a well-known property. It's the 5th installment, but they might reboot it and call it something else. It's in South Africa. I was in there once before. I love it there. I love the script. The director is really great, have my voice. And I'm the lead. And I'm taking over for Burt Gummer's son. I am going to become Burt Gummer Jr., right? You could see it was written for a little bit of a younger dude to do all the action and stuff like that. But then they got me, and it was like they had to adjust some of it, but it still made a lot of sense, right? And Michael Gross raised me. I have to have him on the pod. He raised me. Family Ties was one of the greatest shows ever, and I have such respect for him. And his sister, Mary Gross, he comes from a very, very big, legendary family of Mary Gross was on SNL, legend as well. So I was like, this is cool, right? So they made the offer. They gave me the bump. So it was equivalent to almost as much as a Scream 2 deal. If I hit all my bonuses, I would be making close to what I made on Scream 2, but I have to get the sales, which is okay, right? And they paid me in American dollars in South African country. So it was even, I wasn't being paid in rands. Which is, they do that sometimes, and you'll make less money if the dollar is weaker over there. So they paid me in American money. So I thought it was, I wasn't getting offers like this. It was a straight offer. Studio property. I really loved the script. Room to improvise. Action comedy. legendary property, legendary character, legendary actor, great director, fun, sexy, special effects. I'm like, this is Jurassic Park light. Let's go. And boom, we were off. Worked my balls off. That's a whole other thing in the movie. Like, it was one of the hardest shoots ever. Not hard. Like, it was awesome. But it was physically hard. Like, it was fuck, man. It was awesome. But like, I had to fucking toughen up for that shoot. Like, I did gun training. I did scuba training. I was on rappelling bridges. Like, it's crazy. God bless the stunt team, man. You guys are fucking saved my ass multiple. It was the only time I ever thought I almost died on the set was this moon, and it would have totally been my fault. You know, maybe 20% some people else, but 80% me because I was hot dogging it. Scary moment I had, and I'll tell you that later. But look, we worked 6 days a week. We were busting our balls, and some days I'd sleep in, and monkeys would come in every morning and steal my oranges. But Sunday was the only day I'd see them. I'm like, oh, all my fucking oranges have been. Monkeys would climb in. It was awesome. I have the tape somewhere. And people told me, somebody said, hey, you take too long getting to the point. Well, fuck you, bro. I'm trying to fucking paint a picture. Plus, I'm fucking got Biden brain. And it was awesome. It was an intense shoot. It was an awesome shoot. I got to improvise. I got to do with the script. I got to be the guy. And look, if this worked, we were going to do another one, and then they were going to maybe hand it off to me. So I couldn't have been happier. And like I said, it was a lot of work. But, you know, like what you expect to do in a movie. It was intense work. Like, people that shot, I want to say like Infinity War or no, whatever. One of the, like the second Avengers or whatever. We had the same stunt team for certain things in the movie. We were for this scuba shit. That was an Avengers Marvel stunt team that trained me, and it was awesome. It was scary. And then once they got my head right when I'm down there in the water, and they just said, just chill the fuck out. But if you freak out, they grab you, they pull you up, and they're like, don't fucking start to suck it in and do, you know, they dunk you again. It's awesome. You really learn trial by fire, and it's great. Like, it's really, they're great. I think they're all like frogmen or seals or something. So it was awesome. The movie comes out. They just, you know, there was a small chance that they were going to have a theatrical. You know, they decide, look, this is our home division. We're doing well over here. You know, every studio has multiple divisions. And this division, this home studio division, was very, very profitable. And they were just going to exploit titles that they have and make them like American Pie did. I don't know if you remember American Pie. It was like American Pie Band Camp and all this stuff. So that's what they were doing. They were taking properties like Clifford and making Clifford 2 and all these different things. Dolph Lundgren did another Kindergarten Cop for them. So it's like stuff like that, right? Take it, put it on the shelves. It's what they call a programmer, meaning you make something for a budget. It makes money back plus some. It keeps the IP alive. So when the movie came out, they were like, we're going to just, you know, start streaming it. Netflix has this deal. We're going to put it there and DVDs. And I did a lot of press, you know, like Fangoria and Bloody Disgusting and all those different things. And it was great. And I was doing Heartbeat. So I was like tying in the press with that. So it was all on Universal. So I was really starting to get busy, and I was good. And the movie worked. Within like the first week on this studio, they were like, we got a hit, baby. We got a hit. And people loved it, and it sold really well. And I started getting my bonuses. And I think I get 4 bonuses, and I think I've gotten 3. I just got one recently, and it's 8 years ago. So that's the beautiful thing about Hollywood. That's why you want back end. You understand? You want back end. Because it's the fucking gift that keeps on giving if it works. So I do that. I'm starting to get busy. I'm fighting for, you know, roles. You know, I'm starting to get more TV stuff, and this show we thought was going to be a hit. And so, you know, I don't know if I'm going to come out for the next one. I don't know. And then, you know, the movie comes out, I think, in 2015. And then I get a script in like late 2016. They're like, look, you want to do another Tremors? And I was like, I don't know what we got. And then fucking read the script. My part's even bigger. It's funnier. We're going back to South Africa. It's interesting. I'm even more of a fucking, like, I love myself in Tremors 6. Just in terms of an action comedy hero, I put it against a lot of people. Like, really look at the movie, we'll break it down. There's some cool shit. I look great. Shooting that movie was incredible. That would be a whole podcast. I had one of the greatest times ever shooting this movie. Just like 2 fights towards the end, which is normal. And so they were like, do you want to do the movie? We really want you to do it. We think Burt Gummer, he's going to be really sick. And then we don't know if he's going to live or die in this one. And, you're going to be the face, dude. We're going to pass the baton to you. So in the meantime, one of the reasons I did this is I could pitch anything to the home video division at Universal. So I pitched them multiple times 2 different projects. And I got it all the way up to flagpole, and they just never pulled the trigger. Then I tried to bring independent financing and say, will you distribute it? And they said no. And that bummed me out. So I was like, do I want to do another Tremors? And then I really got the real, which is, they're just like, look, man, we have 1 billion pieces. We have 100,000 titles in our library. We're just going to make our own stuff, which everyone's going to do now for the rest of history. We're just going to make our own stuff, what we own, keep it out there. When one hits, we're going to make a fucking amusement park out of it, a ride and all this stuff. And the margins are pure profit because we own it. I mean, it makes sense economically, right? But that's what's going on in our business. Make what you own. Originals are going to have to be made outside the system. And then if they absolutely destroy, they're going to be acquired unless the original doesn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? If John Carpenter just kept Halloween, he would, I don't know how rich he is. He's probably pretty rich, but he would probably be richer. The issue is, how do you get it distributed? Because there's a stranglehold on that. So in order to get his movie within scene, you got to play ball. You know what I mean? That's the problem. There's no independent system to distribute content. So it's hard, So that's why people sell. But if you sell for a good number, you're good, right? They write the script. Like I said, I really liked it. It's set in a different setting. It's going to be a contained movie. It's got an Arctic theme. We're going to be shooting in the summer in South Africa, which was like our winter here. I'm going to be there for 8 weeks. Fat ass fucking condo, a driver, all that stuff. I'm like, treating me really well, like a fucking star. And I looked at the movie as we were doing it. I'm like, this could go theatrical. They could put $6 million behind that and it would open to $16 million. It could be a fucking hit. I'm doing this movie. It could have been a movie that worked and I would have been hot in movie stardom again. And it's good enough. It's a good movie, very good movie. People really loved 5. People really loved 6. Now there's going to be fanboys that just absolutely hate me for some reason. But it's good. Both of these movies are better than they should be. They're their own thing, and that's a lot of the director, Don Michael, who really, he knows comedy, shoots comedy, but he knows action. So I'm like, they got to let me do my thing. And, I got to be able to improvise more. And they're like, yeah, not that I wasn't allowed to. It's just, they were a little bit more like, let's get through the day. And I get that. And I'm a little bit more like, let's try some shit. So where are we at? So when it comes time to make the offer was very good. It was double the first offer. And it was with bonuses too. So it was double and a half. It was more than double the first offer. So they had me for a negotiation, but they didn't have me locked in. So I was very happy with what they paid me, and I was very happy. I think I got some bonuses. I'm not sure. I think it was less bonuses, more money, but still some bonuses. Anyway, long story not boring is they fucking paid me. Now I was getting back to where I was. The only difference was it wasn't theatrical, meaning I'm with a studio. I'm the lead. It's a good offer. It's a straight offer, and it's growing. So I'm like, one of these things, if I'm not going to be in a studio theatrical, I'm at least going to be on the radar. They're like, this guy's killing in our home video division. Put him on a sci-fi show or, Jurassic Park. There's a fucking great cameo, something like that. That's what I was thinking. Right? And it's not crazy to think that. Movie comes out. I love it. It's awesome. Everyone loves it. The studio is really happy. Bam! It does well. I get Ad Astra. They're starting to talk about me more. Boom. I did another part with Guy Pearce, Spinning Man, and Pierce Bronson. I did Lucifer. I was starting to get more stuff mainstream. this comes out, I do all the press, everyone's happy. And then they start coming around again. They're like, would you do another one? And I'm like, yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know. You can't do 3, right? Like, okay, so here's what happened. Like, the idea of getting a Universal movie, that still wasn't happening, but I was in a Universal. It just wasn't theatrical. The idea of making my own IP for low budget, I said, I will make $1 million movie. I will find you the financing. I will make the movie. All I want is you guys to guarantee that you'll at least distribute it on home video so my investors will know they'll be covered. And I'll pay for the testing. And if it tests a certain number, you got to look at it. If not, I got the right to take it to somewhere else to buy it, right? That's basically it. But I will pay for the testing because I know how important test scores are. And I could just never get them to pull the trigger. Just like all their risk was, all they had to do is just put it in one of their slots, right? Everything was paid for. I would even have got the marketing money for them. Like literally, I just needed one of their SKUs at Walmart, right? Never happened. You know, I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why. So when it comes time to do the next movie, I'm like, one of the things that happened during the movie was Burt Gummer. I thought he was going to die. Like, I didn't know. I didn't think they should kill him, but like he was sick a lot in the Tremors 6. So I was like, you know, and they were prepping me to be like this action guy and hero and funny. And I'm like, this is like, you know, Chris Pratt with Ass Blasters territory. Like, let's go, right? So I know the movie did very well. I think it did just as good as the last one. And so they're like, you know, would you be interested in the third? I had heard about the third. I met with one of the executives who I like very much, and she soft pitched it to me, and it was in a water, some sort of resort. And I think it was like she pitched it was going to be in Thailand. And I'm like, that could be really interesting. And I'm like, is Bert still around, or like, do I take over? And she's like, well, what we're doing is, and I don't remember the whole thing. So I'm like, I think it's really interesting. I think it's really interesting. So, but you have to understand, I was paid well, taken care of well, totally respected. You know, sometimes I like to push the comedy a little bit more and try things. And that was a little bit like, yo, we got a schedule, which totally I understand. But I wasn't getting the movie I wanted to make, like a little mini movie. That wasn't happening, but that's okay. I really wasn't getting any love in the theatrical thing, but that's okay. But then it's like, okay, well, you know, let's keep doing these, but let's, you know, figure it out, right? Like, so then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I guess there's like an offer. It comes in like a year and a half later, and I get the script, and I was going to read it. My manager at the time was like, just, you know, I don't think you should read it. You're in it a lot. I'm like, okay. And he's like, but, you know, here's their offer. And their offer was the same as the first Tremors I did. And I'm like, what about bonuses? And they're like, oh, they're halved. And I'm like, but wait a minute. The first offer was that, and then we did the bonuses, and then we hit the bonuses. And then the second offer was double that and less bonuses, but then we got some of the bonuses, and that did well. And now they're making a third, and now we're back to square one again. And like, I'm supposed to like possibly take over the franchise. Now, I did eventually, me and this manager and business partner had a very terrible parting of the ways. So I don't know how much he fucked it up. I didn't take enough control of the situation, but I wasn't dying to do it because I did see the actual financial offer. And again, it was a very respectable offer had you had offered it me in 2014. Because it was the same fucking offer. Even a little less because there was less bonuses. Had I had not done all the history, it would have been a pretty damn good offer. Because the movie was being successful. The awareness was bigger. It was 12 years since the other one came out, or 11, and they said that, like, me helping do it really rebooted it. Like, apparently it was, this is the offer, take it or leave it. I don't know if it was a new person in business affairs or whatever, but the negotiation was zero. I was like, hold on, he did this. He did take it or leave it. Well, wait, hold on. That's how it was presented to me. Take it or leave it. Again, after I had all this history. So, you know, then when I see the movies happening, and I see they got fucking John, I'm like, this is hilarious. That's just me in that pose, except instead of B-Rad, it's Napoleon Dynamite. And I gotta see the movie. I haven't seen the movie, to be honest. But then I gotta be honest, I looked on the fucking Amazon reviews and it killed Trigger Island. And I think it had more reviews than my last two Tremors. So, I mean, congratulations. You guys did it. The experiment is, it looks like you guys won. It wasn't really a contest, but like, it seems like it can work without me. Even though I'm Burt Gummer's son, I don't know what happened to my character. Please, in the comments, don't tell me. The good news is I'm Burt Gummer's son. The bad news is hopefully I didn't die somewhere in the fucking script. The good news is it looked like it was a hit for the studio and for John. The bad news is I'm probably replaceable. That's just honest, right? How many people are going to talk to you like this? Like, it's just truthful, right? I'm replaceable. It has a higher rating on IMDb than my other one. And it looks like it probably sold more. I'm not sure. So, you know, maybe they make another one, another two, and then eventually they bring the whole cast back together. I mean, I heard Kevin Bacon was talking about it and all this stuff. The bottom line is, to tie all this in, what you guys are hearing is, you know, first of all, you got to consider the source. Second of all, I would never ask for more than Michael or anything like that. Oh, that's another thing. Ooh. Michael is the OG, so he should always get paid the most. And I'm willing to concede that. Even though you can technically say that I've been in more movies, right? Headline, right? There's all these different things that people don't understand. I'm leaving stuff out. There was deal points that they did not match. That would be a good video. In the second movie that I conceded. Even though they were contractually in my deal, I conceded them because I wanted to keep the relationship. So I did. Listen, I was paid very well. I got press. I'm fucking on streaming services around the world. I'm very grateful. But I'm just saying, contractually, there were things in my deal that I let slide because I wanted to keep the relationship. Again, I let slide. So when you do that, you pat my back, I pat your back. Get it? Pat, pat. So then when it comes to the next one and your price is halved and it's take it or leave it, what? So what am I doing this video for? My video is to say that I'm very grateful. I love the franchise. I think I did very well in this series. You never know if I could come back. I have not heard anything. I have no deal to come back. But that doesn't mean it couldn't happen. And I took a chance and probably lost in a sense because if they feel that I'm replaceable, there it is, right? The movie did very well. But it's okay. I'm happy to be a part of it. It's part of my legacy and onward and upward. So again, all this stuff, you have to make everything relative to when you're comparing it. And right now, all the stuff going on with Scream that's just levels beyond this story. This was a baby story, but a big story in this universe for me. And, you know, Neve right now, that's a whole other thing. I mean, that's 26 years, an absolute icon of horror. I was thinking about this. Neve is literally the Scream Queen. Literally. Think about that. To me, that's like, it's priceless. So, that's part of the story with Tremors. I started it. There you go. Let's see if you like it. I want to do my fucking pandemic and rants and all my government stuff, but every fucking algorithm hates me, so I gotta keep it a little entertaining, and then we'll see. If the world starts blowing up again, I'm just gonna go right back into rabbit holes. But, you know, I really appreciate you guys. I feel like my views are getting killed somehow, but you really, really are robust in the comments. So I know there's an audience here. I just don't know if people are fucking banning it or whatever. Seriously, love you. Can't thank you enough for watching, coming out to the cons, and coming out to my shows. You want to see my shows, go to jimmykane.com. I'm there, baby. And like, subscribe, comment. See you on the next one. Peace.